Good morning, South Florida.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Grab your coffee as we grow up the talk of the day.
From the latest scoop around town
to feel-good stories and messages of hope.
A few jokes and live calling.
Highlighting local businesses.
Discussing hot trends and news stories.
A dash of feel-good nostalgia.
I love those morning cartoons.
Keeping up with upcoming events.
Sometimes trying and delicious foods.
Weekly horoscope updates.
An occasional flying duck.
Some sparkle dust.
Don't forget my bell.
And my wand.
With our brew crew laughing on set.
So grab your coffee, your bagel, donut, or any breakfast as we get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
And don't leave us hanging. Give us a follow. Comment live or call right into the show at 888-994-4995 Studio B.
Whether it's a tip of the day or just to say good morning, we'd love to hear from you.
From Amp Media Production Studio, it's
the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. Freddie. Freddie, you have to get up. We've got a morning show to do.
Just give me 5 more minutes. Where'd I put my hat?
Come on, Freddie. You don't have time. Get out of bed.
I can never find my hat when I need it.
We'll get the hat at the studio. Let's go. Pour yourself some coffee and get to the studio because it's time for the morning show.
Now, where's my bell?
Wake up, America!
Why are you so dark?
Welcome. What, you break the camera?
Okay, like all of a sudden it got like dark. That was weird.
It's the darkness of the night. Welcome to Friday Thug Life. My son is going to watch today. He says, please, don't embarrass me. I go, why?
Don't embarrass me.
He says, don't embarrass me.
That's a son thing to say.
Chia.
Don't embarrass me, Dad, please.
Chia says, don't embarrass me, Dad. I go, why? Why am I embarrassed? He says, Thug Life.
I don't know. The lights have been blinking. The microphone's not working. We are definitely right in the midst of a Mercury retrograde Friday.
Yeah.
I've dropped everything this morning before I get out of the house. I'm watching that light blink. I'm watching the lights in the theater blink. The soundboard was... And by the way, did it work when I started unplugging things that you told me wasn't going to work?
No, I had to relight up the board.
Oh, okay.
What do you think? That you
off?
touch it and it goes on?
Go.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you something.
Magic.
Those are people at your house that think you do that.
No, it's
Yeah,
true. It's a thing. It's here, too.
No, it's not here.
Didn't you hear me say every time Dawn touches something, it works?
Me and Grace were looking to see where you put the remote to the TV.
I couldn't find that one this morning.
I found it underneath the table over there.
Oh, I didn't do that.
Well, that was either Josh.
I didn't do.
You or Josh.
It was on the soundboard table. I don't know. We got to put it next to the table. This remote, I moved from here to there yesterday morning by mistake.
And then Gato comes in here. He totally screws it up that I had to turn it off and restart the computer.
You see that clip right there on the table?
Yes. Paper clip.
I found it. It's not a paper clip. I'm wondering if it's from you or Baxton's pants or something.
What? Why would it be a paper clip?
It's not a paper clip. It's this thing that it feels like it goes to a belt. You know, like you weave it through and it comes the other direction.
Baxton, talking to that mic for a
You and
second.
Baxton. I found
Hello.
it on the floor.
Testing.
So
1, 2, 3. Hello.
This goes back on the floor.
No, it's back on the floor.
I'm going to leave it on the floor.
Yeah,
I told you, I've been dropping things all day. But I'm glad our good friend Jay Harmon is here because all
Special
those pictures
guest
we were
Jay
missing
Harmon.
were at Jay's house.
Yes, I didn't know that either.
So I'm glad Jay was listening to the show yesterday because we had a whole wall. We'll talk about it midday of all the pictures you made during COVID. Now they're like retro. So now I think they have a whole nother life of their own for selling.
Probably. They're, because they...
Their history.
What they were, yeah.
That's what I think.
It's a whole change.
Right? It's a whole change of perspective.
When is this Metrogate crap going to end?
I think like the 21st or something. I don't know. I got to look it up. But yesterday they said we were in perfect alignment with Mercury being behind the sun, working backwards instead of in front of the sun. So I think yesterday was like our halfway point.
I don't know. You have like these things you worry about. I have bigger fish to fry. Like the Knicks beat the Boston Celtics last night.
I knew that was what was coming.
That's important. The Mets destroying the Braves yesterday, 16-4. You're never going to see that. That's a retrograde in itself.
A retrograde?
Yeah.
Why? Because the Mets aren't
Because
good?
the Mets suck. No, it's not they're not good. They're just bad. But apparently the Braves fell asleep yesterday and they got their shenanigans shellacked. And what do you mean you don't listen to Freddie's advice? Really? Oh, what
Not
rock
dating
did you...
advice.
Oh,
Why?
what happened?
Oh, I just.
First of all,
Okay.
you can't go wrong
We got to hear.
with Freddie's
Were you
advice.
going on a date?
No.
No, Freddie just likes to spread around dating advice, and I'm like, okay.
I don't spread it around.
I
I don't...
think he has good dating
Hold it.
advice.
Hold it. Do I hook you up
Sometimes.
with bots?
Hey!
Do I put you on sites that do not pay off?
Oh.
I'm blaming you for that one.
How nice is that shirt look on him today?
He looks like he's muscular.
Where are you going, buddy? It looks like you're going on a date.
Why are you changing the
Going to
subject?
work.
He's going to work. He looks
Why are
nice.
you changing the
The
subject?
dating subject?
We're talking about here dating services incorporated.
Services.
I never gave you bad advice. I have never given you
Are
bad
there
advice.
like better dating apps than others?
Hinge. You know,
Hinge
my
is a good one?
sister and her fiance now met on Hinge. They
So did
met on
Aaron and
Hinge.
his wife.
They met up and, huh? Yeah,
My
Hinge.
son and his wife
I
did
think
also.
like Hinge is like the lesser of two evils, kind of.
Hinge is for people who want relationships. Tinder is hookups, and Bumble's in between.
Now they make like, don't they make friendship sites also?
Yeah, on Bumble they have Bumble dating, Bumble friendships, and then Bumble
Hookups.
business.
With Bumble Business.
Business.
Oh.
Yeah, so
What kind of
you have, like,
business?
Network.
Why don't we try that?
No. It's not that kind of business.
Ain't that kind of
It
business.
is.
It's like a LinkedIn.
It's
on Bumble.
undercover.
I've never
business.
tried it.
It's a good
Is it
color.
worth trying?
Undercover.
We can.
Let's send our ambassador of business now, which is now Baxton is now the ambassador.
Baxter, we're going to put you on Bumble Business.
Oh.
We should do that. Swipe left, swipe right.
Let's try it. We have nothing to lose. If anything, it's good content, right?
If anything, Baxter, maybe you get a date out of it.
Oh my God.
You got a birthday party to go to this weekend?
Hold your mic. Now you got to hold your mic because we purposely did this to slow you down.
Yes, ma'am.
Where is it?
No, he can't say where it is. A
Is
secret
it somebody's
location.
house?
Yes, somebody's house.
ma'am.
Don't stop asking the obvious. Go on.
I'm going to probably gonna make her watch a scary movie with all of her friends. So that's what I'm gonna try to do.
I thought you were going with a +1. It's okay. You're allowed.
I don't have a plus one.
We're gonna hook you up.
I have to say,
Let me make a
Baxton,
phone call.
I got to give Baxton
Look at.
huge compliment. He ran that midday show yesterday.
Oh, that was
Our
something
midday
else.
board. I know C Squared helped you, and I know
He
you had
was
someone on
sweating.
sound.
I went
Oh
in there. He sweated through his shirt.
You weren't here, but let me tell you,
It was
this
complicated.
singer that was here yesterday. He didn't
Tony
come sit
Abbott.
and
Standing
sing.
up from the chair.
Tony Abbott. He
Tony
said-
can't sit still.
He started with one mic on the piano, and
Four
then he
mics.
ended up with two. By the end of the show, we had 4 mics and no cameras on him.
They were like, we were panicking. What mic is he on? What mic is he on? Oh, he has a new mic now. He's an A4 now. A4. It was crisis.
And then we've got Jay and G-Man over here, and all you could see. I wish I had a camera on them.
When they both
was them
looked
both
up?
looking around from the picture. They both got up, and then they both sit down, and then they both get up.
Because they couldn't see him behind the
It
painting.
was hilarious.
But the funny thing is that Dawn says to the guy, okay, let's do this. So you go walk around. And I said, oh, no, you don't want to do that. And they both looked out like this. Because they can't see when he walks. They can't monitor the
because
pod.
he would get up and sit down and be like, okay, cut to that camera. Then he'd stand up again.
Him and Michelle, that his significant other or wife,
She was-
whatever she, what complete opposites.
You
She's
know?
like calm, cool, collective, Maybelline queen. And him, he's like everywhere.
That's what it takes, right? I guess
But we
opposites
love him.
attract. But you did
We
a
do.
fantastic job.
Thank you
and
very
you
much.
did a commercial, and you taught morning board yesterday. This is like a whole new Baxton.
Yeah.
You may need a whole new name.
Comfort zone.
Good. I'm tired of having Carpilo.
We got to give him a new name. He's not Braxton or Baxton. He needs,
Ambassador
like a new,
Baxton.
Oh, Ambassador.
Oh!
It's funny, you got a phone call yesterday. Can you send me Baxton? And that's when I sent you the invitation. You said,
I
no,
know,
I'm
but like-
tired.
He said the party starts at 5:30. I was at 5:20 sitting at Lynn. I'm like, I don't think this is gonna work out tonight.
He sent, but you were requested. It wasn't me. He didn't ask for me.
I know.
He asked for you. But anyway, that's good.
Did you air on Channel 5?
They
haven't
haven't
seen
told you
it.
anything yet.
I haven't seen it.
Interesting. We'll
It
see what
doesn't mean
happens.
We'll see.
How you doing, Jay?
I'm doing pretty good.
I'm so glad you found those
Oh.
paintings.
Me too. I just happened to be watching the morning show yesterday, and I saw you were saying we have these pictures that are upstairs in the
In the loft, right?
loft, and I said, wait a minute. I think I know where they are. And so I went and I was looking through some boxes, and sure enough, they were right there. And
It was the row, the Hollywood row, that we had at
No,
the
they
radio
were right
station.
here.
yeah, they were here in the.
They're right.
Well, we started here, then I
Yeah.
took that to the radio station.
Yeah, this was the whole COVID thing, and then
I
it
remember.
was all those. I went through a whole bunch of those.
Did
Can you believe we actually came through that? If you think
Are
back,
we actually through it?
when we think
That's a
back,
good
I think back
question.
to the first phone call I got from you. It was a Wednesday night, and you said to me, "Get water, get groceries. They're shutting Boca down tomorrow." And I said,
Tomorrow?
"What?" I said, "What? You're crazy."
That was the day after the event.
And you said to me, no, it was before. And you
Oh.
said to me, Sarah, I'm just finishing Sarah's spiritual show. And she told me they're shutting down Boca tomorrow. I said, of all the towns in this country, Boca? You said, yes. And Friday, they shut the world down. And I thought, I remember that conversation with you thinking, that's insanity.
No, but like I also remember I was at Lynn, and then all of a sudden we get an email like evacuate, evacuate, evacuate.
Oh, they evacuated
all
the
classes
schools?
are out. Oh yeah,
Oh, I didn't know they did that.
yeah. We had to all evacuate Lynn. Lynn was abandoned for like a whole semester, and everybody was just doing their work online.
My sister, I remember during COVID when they showed New York City, the bare town. There was nobody
Oh,
on the
nobody.
streets.
It was empty streets.
Oh my God! And they took a drone and they went down all the streets and they showed side by side what it typically looked like and what it was looking like. And my goodness gracious!
And now sick, and here we are 4 years later. Thank God we're here. And I think back and going, that was just insanity what we
Yeah.
went through.
I know.
Like I remember this so vividly that my sister's boyfriend, now her fiance, was the first time we met her. It was during lockdown. It was during lockdown, and he met us, and we were like, you know what? Because we were all going a bit stir crazy. We were staying in Atlanta, and we're like, we're gonna go to Florida for a few weeks, like a week or two. And then we went to Florida, and that was a mistake, because then
You couldn't get out.
when we got to Florida,
You were trapped.
yeah, we were trapped.
That's
we
right. They
lived-
didn't let anyone in or out of the state,
Yeah.
right?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
We
That
lived-
was
I forgot
really
they
big.
changed
And like honestly, I think this was the moment. I think my parents knew that her new boyfriend was the correct one for her, because he lived with us for about 3 months and fit in flawlessly.
Wow.
And I think that was the moment they knew, like, okay, this is something that's like it's so different because when the engagement happened, I was in my car the same day, getting in my car and to drive over, and I just had a hunch that
Getting
today was
engaged.
going to be the day. And when he walks into my room to tell me, he didn't tell me.
So did they have separate rooms or they shared a room
When
at your parents' house during COVID?
they had separate rooms.
They separate
during
rooms.
COVID.
So what did you do when you brought your girlfriends home? Separate rooms or you shared a room?
I didn't bring my
But
girlfriend. home.
They share a room now.
I never did that.
Well, they're married. Oh.
Well,
right.
now they're
I
engaged.
But
I never did that.
So what do you do if when your kids came to the house with your girlfriends?
When I was
Separate
gonna get
rooms or-
married to Michelle, I stayed with her in one room, and I told you what my mother said, but I didn't do that too often. I never brought home somebody.
When your kids? How about you? When
Yeah.
your kids came home with someone?
Well, it wasn't during COVID, thank goodness. But my COVID thing was that I was on a cruise, a Caribbean cruise, and it was in February of 2020, and we hadn't heard anything about what was going on.
You were still out at sea?
You're out to sea. You're not hearing the news.
You didn't know what was happening?
I was just out there. I just noticed though that all the crew was being very, very cleanly. And is that a word, cleanly? Anyway, whenever you ate or go anywhere, they had somebody with bottles of
Hand sanitizer.
of sanitizer. And I thought, what is going on? They're being very clean here. This is nice. Everywhere. You go out to the pool, you clean. You come in, you go to food. Everywhere you had to clean. I saw some people wearing face masks, and I thought, What? Is there something I don't know
Some
here?
kind of outbreak on the boat or something?
But then after we came back, then the first thing we heard on the news, it was just everywhere. That was the last cruise that went out.
Wow.
That was it. Then they shut everything down after.
Think how uncleanly we were.
Still are.
Before 4 years ago, like people didn't even like think about washing their hands or spraying down
People wash
doorknobs.
their hands.
No.
How many times do you go into the men's room and you watch men walk out without washing their hands?
I never.
Not you.
Like they're psychopaths. People who do that have like a death wish or something.
Yeah, but you had to wash your hands every hour on the hour. Because what happens is touching doorknobs, opening up bathrooms, just
Everything.
unsanitary conditions. But I remember was Linda still had to go to work because she's in healthcare, just like Chuck. So they had to go. They had no. They had a letter from the state, and she went. So I'm sitting there at home, and I'm by myself, and I'm like,
You're not
okay.
Casper.
Like I said, I was sitting there by myself, and then this maniac says, "Oh no, I'm going in." So she came here, and Teddy and I stayed home for like a week.
And then Teddy came in. You
and
still
then Teddy
stayed
came
home.
in. I says, now I'm a wuss because I'm the only one not going in. 3 days, and then I came. I said, okay. But it was weird driving with a mask in your car when somebody was sitting next to you.
Yeah.
And me and Gio were looking at each other. He says, this is really, really
I remember
weird.
the first time he came in, right? And he had, because he was coming in from, I guess, where he was in NASA and all that other stuff. So he wore a mask, not to expose you to anything. Just the craziest things. And everyone believed what we heard because we didn't know any better.
And also, just like the world just went to hell because people started acting crazy. All the Karens came out with their they thought it was.
Oh, the Karens?
Oh, it was.
What's a Karen?
Okay, for me, a Karen is somebody who asks for a manager and doesn't want to follow simple instructions.
Do you know how that got started? How it became a Karen and saying,
COVID?
I don't know. How
Is
did
that
it-
a real
Grace,
thing?
Do you know how the Karen thing got started?
Is that a real
Oh,
thing?
Your Highness, hell!
Is that a real thing?
A Karen, yeah.
A Karen, we got a Karen and we got a Ken.
A Karen is like a rude customer. It started because there was this trend of this girl, and she was talking, and she was like, "Okay, Karen," and she was like venting on the internet, and everyone was like, "That's a good name," and they were like, "A rude customer is now a Karen," and it just stuck.
Do you know any Karens? Like, I know a Karen. I'm like, you're kind of a Karen.
But this kind of went over, I think, on Saturday Night Live, and then I mean, it was a big thing.
Oh yeah,
I think they.
like there's this one horrible video. This one lady who had this turkey for Thanksgiving, and a lady just walks by and takes it from her, and she's like, "Well, I took that turkey." She's like, "Well, it's mine now, so I put it in my car. It's my turkey." Well, I got it first, and then, I think a fist fight broke out over a turkey at Thanksgiving during COVID.
Remember the lady that didn't believe about COVID and she went and started licking all the cans in the grocery store? They arrested her. She's still in jail.
What?
Like, I think if we went back, we pulled
He's
up old
still in
trends.
prison?
Would you still do it? What would you do if? It would be hilarious because people did the craziest things, and we
The
all.
stupid things, though, it was very.
I used to clean my groceries before I unpacked. I didn't
the
know
mail.
what to do.
The mail. You had to clean the mail.
Oh yeah.
We had to sanitize the mail. You ever did that? With spray alcohol. This one was spraying the doorknob. She still
I still
does.
do.
The
That
doorknobs.
makes sense.
I still spray the doorknobs with alcohol and wipe the mics down.
You
because-
should. And it's funny because I told you, and I'm gonna tell you again.
Don't do it.
No, the bathroom curtain rod thing. So you walk in and the booth, and then you walk out
Oh, I
at the
know.
front door, and you laughed at me.
I totally laughed at you, and then it was a thing.
Then they started selling them.
What was it?
I
You
like
walk
to walk
in?
through like an air sanitizer or a blue light, and you walk through it. It cleans. She was like, now you can do
See-
blue lights
You
cleaning
see,
for your
that's
phone.
too much. That's
Why?
too much.
You may explode it.
People don't want to be wet.
I'm not gonna
Can you
wet you.
imagine
I'm
you
gonna
walk-
spray you.
Can you imagine walking in?
It's a mist.
You don't get a bucket of water.
I get a bucket of water, you maniac. The problem is with the amount of people that show up here in and out all day.
All day.
I'll be at a mist in an hour.
But think about these big, yeah.
I'm surprised surprised more people don't get sick. Like the amount of people that we have in and out of here, and there
I don't know. I have
are a
to
million
spitting
people
more
spitting
again.
on microphones.
Well, we used to wear the microphones. Used to wear condoms. We stopped buying
Oh,
condoms.
right.
Because people started taking them off and not wanting them, and they would throw them around. And I'm thinking, we're doing this for your protection, and they go, I don't want that on the microphone. But
Yeah,
why?
but it's not
Since,
for.
wait a minute.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
don't.
for us.
They're like for $100, like $5. No, we're gonna go
I
back
bought
to
them,
mine.
and then people started taking them off and said, I don't want this on the microphone.
Okay,
As
well,
if-
how does it feel to want?
and I'm thinking, why?
So it's not for the guests, it's for the next guest. And people don't get it. So they're not about
Especially singers. Singers, they spit
Oh.
into a mic. I'm
Yeah,
sorry to tell
yeah.
you.
it's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
they
just
do.
what it is. Everything about the amazing, gross things that come out of your
Yeah.
body. I know, that's a thing for you.
At one point
It's okay.
during COVID,
As long as it's not blood.
my roommate, and let me tell you, this would scare the ever living daylight out of me. This was in the height of COVID, and he would go out clubbing every single night.
Yeah, how many times did he get sick?
He didn't get sick once,
I don't believe that.
not once.
I don't believe it.
But there's
don't
been
believe it.
times
That
one person
scared
comes
the
in here
bejesus-
sick and it goes through like whatever
Yeah.
it is,
Oh,
even a
boy.
cold, it
One
goes
point-
through like rapid
There are
fire.
people that got sick in this building, didn't tell anybody. There are people that got sick in
really?
this
They
building
didn't
and
say
did
anything?
not say nothing.
I
What are you
wasn't one of
talking
them.
about?
Don't look at me.
What are you talking about?
You didn't say anything.
2 weeks ago I had a stomach thing and I'm like, oh, I must have eaten something, and then Abdullah says to me, I gotta go, I got a stomach, and then I realized it was
Uh-oh.
like, it was a viral thing.
Abdullah.
See, I went through
Me
COVID.
and Abdullah.
I went through COVID without getting it,
Yeah.
right? Knock on wood.
Yeah.
So the one time I did get it, I find out that somebody had it.
But I didn't know I had it.
You did.
I didn't know I had it.
You gave him COVID.
It was Mother's Day 2 years ago, and I didn't know I had it. I had a stomach ache, and I still didn't know. And that's Monday morning. You wake up and you tell me you tested positive, and Chuck wakes up and he tested positive, and I'm like, but I just
And
had
the
a
common
stomach ache.
denominator was Dawn. And
But all
she
I
says,
ever had was a stomach
She
ache.
says, yes, but this is the thing. She
That's the
says,
thing for
I had a
me.
stomach ache for a week. A week.
A week.
but it was,
that-
but those weren't
Oh,
COVID
wait.
symptoms.
Those are COVID symptoms.
Those were not COVID
For
symptoms.
you, they are.
Apparently,
For
for
you,
me,
they
they
are.
are.
But like,
So
Well,
we
didn't
were,
y'all do your show from home
yes.
for a while?
For like
oh
2
my
weeks.
Lord.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I can't stay home with Chuck and my daughter. I was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
So I came
Everything-
here.
Everything was at home. I mean, you see anybody, they're at home. There's nothing
Yeah.
going on
And it's
anywhere.
like-
And
Like honestly, I do think that changed entirely the way that my mom worked.
Is she
Because,
remote?
Like she used to go into work every single day, and she lives like 40 to 50 minutes away from her work, and in Atlanta traffic that can easily turn into over an hour just to get into work. And it's just it was so easy for her.
That's an interesting point. I would not drive to Miami during COVID. If our studio was down there and I had to drive 40 to 50 minutes like his mom,
My mom drives an hour and a half.
I wouldn't have
one
done
way
it.
every day.
I would not have
That's
done it.
before traffic.
What's happening with the bridge being down? Is that affecting your mom or business or anything?
Not really. Just some of the like emergency trucks have to go on different routes, and some people have longer. But it
So-
doesn't like super affect them.
How long does he take when there's traffic?
It can take up to 3 hours
How does he
to
do
get
it?
across
imagine?
Chesapeake Bay.
Like what time does he have to leave?
That bay
work?
is huge.
It's 4 miles long. At the smallest point, it's 4 miles long.
Well, what time does he have to leave work to get home?
She usually leaves around like 6:30, get there by 8, and then she'll leave at 4:30, get home by 6.
you're talking about the Baltimore Bridge?
No, the Chesapeake Bay.
The one that went down.
Chesapeake Bay, yeah.
But how cool is it that you're in the middle of history? When you were in school, was it so fascinating to learn all about history and the government and everything that happened?
I realized that we learned a lot weirder things than everybody here learns. Like, I was required to take an agriculture class and pass it because so many people in my school grew up to be farmers. So, like, I know so much about dirt. and my friends will ask me, like, what kind of tree is that? And I'll know. And, like, someone asked me the other day, like, what does red clay mean? And I was like, it's a kind of dirt. And they were like, how do you know that? Like, I was forced to take agriculture.
Why is the red dirt only in Georgia vicinity? No, the Carolinas. They use red dirt to make houses. It's beautiful though.
Well, they have like a clay kind of
Red
soil,
clay.
so it depends on the saltiness of the water that like runs into like the ground, and like it has to do with the water cycle and all sorts of stuff. Just the way that the like mouths of waters run into each other.
So, because why are so many people farmers? Is it just the land? There's so much land that they can
Yeah.
farm there?
So, the Chesapeake Bay is a huge part of like our lives, and it affects our weather, our food, our everything. So you have to know how that works so that you can like kind of run your life around it. And then we're huge on corn and soybean producers in Maryland.
Wow.
So at least on the eastern shore, just because we have such sandy.
They don't have
soil.
shrimping or clams or anything like that.
We get oysters. We don't get so much clams or shrimp. That's a little bit more. They live where it's a little warmer. We're big on crabs, oysters, a fish. We get rockfish. But oyster beds are our big thing. So like you know how people go out and like replant soil. I mean not coral beds here. We do that with oyster beds. And let me tell
That's
you,
so cool.
oyster beds are the worst because
They're
made
sharp,
of
right?
concrete. And I've hit my head on an oyster bed so many times it's not funny.
What, scuba diving?
Yeah, I'll be teaching someone, and like the Chesapeake Bay, there's parts that are really deep and there's parts that are really shallow. So we would take people in the shallow parts, and the way that it works is the water is clear. It just naturally has a layer of like grime and dirt on the top. It's not pollution, it's just algae. And so once you get under it, it's clear. But if someone were to hit the bottom or a student kicks their fin and the sand kicks up, you can't see anything. So when you're swimming, you just have to like go like finger your way through to find stuff. I hit my head so many times because there are these giant concrete holes in the water, and I'll be like chasing a crab or something, and then
You're chasing a crab.
Yeah, you can catch it.
You chase a crab.
History is so cool, but I think we go to school when we're young and we don't appreciate what we learn because we're just trying to get through it.
I don't even remember it.
That's what I'm saying. So now I'm just fascinated by the history and
You should go back to school.
And I'll-
Become a history
and
major.
not the farms, but the farms are kind of cool, and the
become a-
plantations, not what happened on them, but just the fact of the history. And you told me you guys have a second house.
Yeah. So, my dad does like he's a professional landlord, so he'll buy foreclosed houses and like rent them out. And he found one that was the old courthouse of Dorchester County. So like while Dorchester County was redoing all their stuff, they had or like they remodeled after like the Civil War and stuff. So my house was the old temporary courthouse.
Wow.
Like there's a whole bunch of graves on the property and all sorts of crazy shit.
Nice, that's a great house. That's
And
where I
you
want to
know,
live.
you better watch out. One day you're gonna be sleeping and you're gonna hear.
I was gonna, right. So you know what's in that house?
You start hearing the whispering and.
She's like, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Oh yeah.
You ever seen the movie Poltergeist?
Can you
So-
imagine?
Bones
So-
before?
Bones,
So-
gravestones, all sorts
So,
of
so talking about history, so did you hear that they uncovered paintings in Pompeii
Paintings.
on the walls?
Oh, like murals?
Murals.
Murals?
Yeah, that. And it's about the Greeks.
Oh, they were painted on the walls,
Yes.
actually?
And it's in
Yeah.
the news. And my God, they look beautiful.
Really.
And here's more history in 2024. Did you know that Linda Earhart was found?
Amelia Earhart?
No, her sister.
Linda was her sister.
Yeah, we know all about Linda, but what about Amelia? Amelia was never found. But Linda they found, yeah.
Linda!
Linda they found.
Earhart.
Linda was
found
in
Linda.
the
Not
she was in,
Amelia.
she got stuck in the outhouse in the backyard.
Linda, listen.
Linda, listen, we're finding Amelia while we're here.
Amelia Earhart.
She was never found. They found the tail end of her plane in the Pacific.
I thought she was found.
They think they found the tail.
They have
end.
sightings of her.
Yeah, I know.
What?
Google
That she's
Earth.
alive?
You ever seen this? They use Google Earth and they say, yes, we can see her. Hey, give me a break, guys. Google Earth doesn't work that way.
We can see her.
But it is fascinating.
She's waving. Oh,
She's waving.
so so these guys got shipwrecked or plane wrecked on an island, and they use what did Jesus walk on allegedly?
Water.
Water?
No. Palms. So they used palms to write the word help. And the Coast Guard was flying over doing their routine, and they saw it, and they saved them. They were there for 3 days on
Wow.
Tried a deserted island somewhere.
I saw there was a group of people, they bought this island for like $64,000, these investors, and now it's sold for like $40 million. They were able to resell it. Can you imagine just buying an island? See, it goes back to my dream from yesterday.
I knew that was coming.
All those houses in the deserted area.
I knew that was coming.
We could buy it and then
What
sell
about
it,
the
and
island-
not even know where this is.
Island
yet.
off the coast of Africa, there's an island, and they own the .com business. They created the .com business to raise money because their island is sinking into the waters. Did you know about this?
I'd heard about this.
And the .com, every time you buy a .com, it goes to them, but they're still sinking.
They didn't say
They had to
no.
find another
Look
island.
how much money they made, though. Well, just an idea.
Billions, but-
Everything. Like, look at Amazon. He started Amazon in his garage, and look what it's grown to be.
Look at what's his name with the computers? What's his face? Gates started in the garage as well.
Just amazing, like what one idea
Facebook.
can
Facebook, another started in the garage. Did you see the lady from Vietnam who is now sentenced to death for cheating the government with real estate? It's like a Ponzi scheme she had. $1.7 trillion
Whoa.
with a T. She has so much money. She had the guy, the chauffeur that drives the car, he hid her 2 tons of money in her basement of her house. 2 tons. They don't know how much money's down there. So they think that they're not going to kill her. They want her to pay the money back. Who the hell pays $1.7 trillion?
Why would anyone kill her?
The government ordered her to death.
What government? Ours?
Vietnam.
Oh, not our government.
No, Vietnam has ordered her death for execution because they cheated 7% of the gross national product of the country.
What about O.J. Simpson now? This is a revival again of what he's done.
No, OJ, you
Can't
know,
they just let
Tales of
this
Two
man
Cities.
just
Well, he was a
pass
great
on?
football player, and then after that, everything went to crap.
Yeah, I mean he had like 2 biographies. You know, there was early OJ and then later OJ.
That's right.
You know, I mean it was good
Doc-
guy OJ and
Dr.
the
Jekyll
other-
and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah.
And O.J. Simpson, when he played football, was one of the greats.
Oh, I
And
thought-
Miami has some kind of thing with him because Miami was supposed to get him somehow. And he says, if I play for Miami, I'll win 6 Super Bowls because Miami had a good offensive line at the time. So that's making, here in Florida, that's making all the right. Listen, I hated O.J. not because of the person, but because he destroyed the Jets every time he played against them. It was that good.
I don't know. I just remember that chase scene, and then they bring back. Everyone's bringing back old stories, so I think we should bring back old stories.
Why?
Why
You-
not?
you know,
It
you're
seems to be the trend.
Well, when you go on the highway and everybody follows you,
no,
we'll
I'm not
follow
bringing.
that
I'm
trend.
not bringing up that old trend.
It
But
could be a trend.
everyone's bringing up
Isn't
old
she always
stuff.
asking for a trend?
So I think the trend is we do like retro art from COVID, like things you did all your COVID men, and then you did all your pop art and
Yeah.
all the things that changed culture during whatever in history, because everything's changed. Look, they're finding old paintings from history, depicts all of the things that happened, and
Yeah, a lot of historical things people didn't know about. They're finding through paintings, and they're seeing things that they didn't even know. I mean, they find about the daily lives of what the Romans actually did, and now they found out. I was just reading that all the old Greek statues and everything, all those originally were painted.
And then they did the statue.
The Greeks or the Romans didn't like plain anything. They liked everything ornate. So everything was painted, but over the years the paint
wow.
has gone. And so now they're just the white statues that you see, the granite. And they were originally completely painted.
Can
So-
you imagine if they were painted, what it would look like? This could be spectacular.
All of it. History is
Spectacular.
pretty amazing.
Well, you know, there's a lot of things going on. I heard that they did some investigation and off one of the islands of Hawaii. They went down and they found out that the earth is cracking. So this race to the moon to create a civilization is because timing is not on their side.
So think about all the non-Earthlings that are looking down going, look at all those people worrying about that epidemic. Look at all those people running around
Yeah.
doing that stuff. Let's see what else we could send their way to have them run around.
And now they're having the race to the moon again. Talk about retro.
Not only is it a race to the moon, it's living on the moon to go to Mars.
There's a
is it?
movie coming
That's
out
what they
about.
want to do.
Yeah.
There's a movie or a series coming out about did we actually land on the moon?
Oh, don't say
and the
that.
I've been
mission.
doing that for so long.
My brother and me, he got into such
That's
an
what I'm
argument
telling
with
you.
me.
And they actually have a set designed
Yeah.
in this movie that if they don't make it to the moon, it has to look like they made it to the moon. So there's an entire TV set.
It's the flag thing.
For them,
It's called
yeah.
the flag
Yeah,
theory.
well, the movie they made originally was called Capricorn 1.
Yeah.
And that was a movie about
Great
you know,
movie.
that they but there was a thing about they faked the whole thing and you know what
The
I never
flag,
thought
remember
about
the
that till you
flag
told me that
was waving? I said to my brother, I says, how in the world can the flag wave on the moon? There's no air.
yeah. I mean,
And
that
he
was-
says, you're not an American. 'Cause my brother was in the Navy at the time. And he says, you're not an American. Got really, really mad at me for saying that.
Grace, you were going to say something.
You're going to go to Mars.
Aren't there tectonic plates in Hawaii that
Yes.
go outway?
Yes.
So the Earth is cracking?
Well, they
Or is
have
the
a
tectonic
theory.
plates moving?
No, they have a theory that there's something down there that when this thing goes, it's going to be like when the dinosaurs disappeared. Now they're saying that maybe a meteor hit at the same time that we were having volcanic eruptions, and that's what killed off the dinosaurs.
See, I don't understand how there was an earthquake in New Jersey. I don't think New Jersey sits on a tectonic plate. So where did it come
Shifting
from?
of the lands.
There's
Yeah,
one on the Atlantic Ocean that like curves inward because we get some in Maryland.
You are just a vast world of knowledge.
Did you see the
I know a lot about
Did-
it.
did
I know
you-
a little bit about a lot.
Did you
You
see
do.
Did you see the Empire State Building going like this?
Did you see
Did you
Lady
see it?
Liberty's
That's
torch with
terrifying.
the lightning coming into it from
No,
the
I
storm
never
last
saw that
week?
one. But
Oh,
I
wow.
saw the Empire State Building wiggling. I went,
Crazy.
wow, that's crazy. So I brought up all of the 9/11 theories. Now they know why the buildings collapsed. It's the way they built them. The only thing they didn't account for was the temperature of the burning diesel from the planes. Otherwise, those buildings would not
Yeah.
have fallen. Would
Yeah.
not have
Well,
fallen.
they said
Wow.
if they would have fallen for any reason, they were built to implode,
Yeah.
not to.
Not to land on other
not-
buildings.
Yeah, not to.
It worked exactly how it was designed.
Isn't it amazing that people actually know how to do that and they think about that when they're building?
You should see the new one they built now. It would take 3 planes to
Really?
knock that one down.
That one is
The way they
huge.
build it, but the walls and everything else that they use, and it will invert inwards. And they have a radar now, so anything that gets close to that
Oh, I'm
building.
going over there again.
That's insane. You guys want to go commercial?
Yes, we're going to go to commercial break. More to come on the other side of this Retro Friday. I guess we're going to call it 888-994-4995.
Thug life, baby, thug life. Thug
Studio B, Friday.
I gotta-
Says Canada.
It's
Regroup
either
and
this
wrap
or
it
I
up.
start wearing a stocking over my face.
We'll stick with that. More to come. We'll be
Love the Brooklyn Cafe? Don't miss out on some of the latest merch we have available. Need a new shirt? The Brooklyn Cafe has you covered. We have a variety of shirts in all sizes, ranging from the classic cafe shirt to the highly coveted colorful hot dog shirt. Need something for cold weather? Why not grab one of our cafe hoodies? Or you can snuggle up with one of our soft silk touch fabric blankets. The Brooklyn Cafe has everything you need, from clothing about the show to our signature coffee blends and mugs. Get it while supplies last.
If you have diabetes, would you like to eliminate painful finger sticks? Are you injecting insulin multiple times per day? Then you may qualify for a continuous glucose monitor. CGMs monitor blood sugar using a small patch placed on your upper arm or abdomen, and they use your smartphone to accurately monitor your blood sugar levels. Stop pricking and start scanning. Plus, CGMs are covered by Medicare and most private insurance plans. They can be shipped free of charge to your door. Call today to see if you qualify.
Give me the mozzarella. 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 Give me the mozzarella.
Pizza Rica, tasty rich and pizza at 2001 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard or contact 561-826-8663.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-485-8801. 800-485-8801. That's 800-485-8801.
You are cheap. No, I'm not. You are cheap. No, I'm not. You are cheap. No, I'm not. You are cheap. Well, maybe I am. If you're buying a diamond ring for your wife, it's not cool to be cheap. If you're buying airline tickets, oh, it's very cool to be cheap and called Trip Amigo, where you can fly anywhere in the world and save up to 75% on over 500 airlines and 300,000 hotels. Plus, rental cars and vacation packages. Visit family, friends, or go on a once-in-a-lifetime vacation. Go ahead, be cheap. We have special fares we're not allowed to publish. When you book your airline reservations with Trip Amigo, you'll spend your travel money when you get there, not by getting there. Call Trip Amigo now and mention the travel code AMIGO and save even more. Call Trip Amigo now.
701-581-9604. 701-581-9604. 701-581-9604. That's 701-581-9604. Attention timeshare owners. This is an urgent consumer alert from the Timeshare Exit Hotline, a national company specializing in helping consumers legally get out of their expensive timeshare contracts. We're offering you a way to legally get rid of your timeshare. So if you're fed up with the maintenance fees that keep on coming and want to learn if you can terminate your timeshare legally and permanently, call today. Call the number on your screen today. It's a free call. Hey there, travelers. You going somewhere? Need a hotel? Then call Hotel Wiz anytime, day or night, for rates too low to publish. You can save up to 75% on over 500,000 hotels across the globe and get our best price guarantee with no booking or cancellation fees ever. We've got some of the lowest hotel prices you'll find in New York, Chicago, Las Vegas, San Francisco, Washington, D.C., and a lot more. Don't waste your time surfing for deals. Make a free call right now and find deals too low to publish. Save up to 75% right now with no cancellation fees. And to make it even easier on you, we're here 24/7 to help. So call right now. Bookmark us in your cell phone. Whatever you need to do, just pick up the phone and call this number for hotel deals that'll knock your socks off.
Call 866-484-5868. That's 866-484-5868. Again, call 866-484-5868. Call now.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
What are your plans for the weekend? I understand it's the Delray Affair this weekend, and it should be a nice weekend. Not an affair, the Delray Affair.
I'm going.
All the art shows, vendors are going to be out there.
I'm going to WW, and then I'm going to brunch at a very nice place. It took me months to get. I forgot about it. I'm going to go there, and then I'm going to go.
You're going to WW and then brunch?
Yeah. WW is not a diet. It's a way of life.
So what are you going to eat at brunch that's not going to?
See, maybe fish. Is it okay, Mom, if I have fish?
Yeah. But I know
maybe
you.
tuna fish. No,
I know
I've been. That's the worst thing you can eat.
How
I
much
know.
is this brunch?
I don't understand how
It's
people
it's that meal, like $20 a person. It's not bad.
I don't understand how people eat tuna fish.
Why?
Like,
it's delicious.
No, it's not.
You used to eat it a lot.
I love tuna fish on everything. I can
like,
put tuna on pound cake.
Fishy.
It's not fishy.
Yes, it is. Like, it may just be my bougie taste, but ahi tuna, some fresh ahi tuna.
Oh, no. Now, ahi tuna is very fishy.
No,
yes,
totally
it is.
different.
It's very fishy.
So good.
I like, if I'm going to have that, I have stuffed flounder, or I get, what's the name of that? Sea bass? Sea bass.
Oh, now that's an expensive fish.
He can have it expensive. I can't.
No.
Because
Did
when I want
you
tuna
can't
fish in a
have it?
can, and it's all white.
We're used to
you
you
can
eating
have it?
tuna fish in a can and not
And-
expensive food, but lately you go to all these expensive bougie restaurants, right?
How's Mr. Bougie?
Now you miss bougie.
First of all week I've been eating Greek, and I've lost 6 pounds. Let me tell you something about Greek food. It is the taste, not the quantity. So I've had salad, which I with every meal. I had Slovaki, but I don't eat the pita because they're raising my sugar. So I may have a little slice of pita, like a little taste, and then good. But I've had their chicken. Their chicken is freaking unbelievable. I've had their lamb, and I've had their beef on special occasions, and it's on sale for $7 a plate.
Nice.
I'm allowed to send you something.
Are you allowed to send them something? What are your plans, Jay? What do you have happen for the weekend?
This weekend I'm probably going to be. Oh, I just constructed a bookcase yesterday. That was my big day. I mean,
You constructed it, or you bought it and built it?
I bought it and built it, but
You
know,
constructed it.
I didn't cut the wood out or anything, but I mean it was.
You put it together.
It was a major thing. It was like
You were Mr. Kia.
100 and something pounds. It was a big thing.
Wow.
And so it was like IKEA, but
IKEA
but it
furniture.
wasn't in Swedish. But the whole thing is that I spent the whole day. I said I'm going to build this sucker today, and so I started out in the morning and it took me about 6 hours, and I got this thing built. It's a corner bookshelf, and it's about 6.5 feet high, 7 feet high, and
Shelves?
shelves, and everything, because I have so many books in storage. I'm
Do
trying
you?
to clean out my storage.
What kind of books?
You name it. I have a lot of. I used to collect like collections of cartoon books,
Oh, wow.
like the Far Side, and things like those. I have a lot of those. I have a lot of.
You should sell them. Collector's items. Clean them up.
I've got a lot of books that are probably and I've got another thing I'm going to put in there are my old LPs.
Oh.
LPs are making a comeback.
I have LPs that are, some of them are close to 60 years old, and they are, the originals. I have original Beatles albums. I have original.
What?
Sealed?
No, not sealed.
Oh.
No.
Some people are collectors. They never open them. So why don't you put them out on eBay and sell them?
I don't know if people.
You know how to do that? Yeah, they'll buy it. Psh, you're kidding? I went on Marketplace. They'll buy anything.
But for a couple of bucks for an album that I don't know what.
Oh, you look up the album, the value.
Yeah.
And then you find out what it's worth.
Because none of them are in mint condition. I mean, these are all records that when I was a kid, I listened to them.
Are they
I
scratched?
Just,
Are they
probably. They probably still got, but I'll test them out on my record player.
Didn't you tell me how to fix LPs?
Banana
Who told me
peel?
how?
I was gonna say
Banana
banana.
peel?
We heard
Banana
that. Someone
peel.
told us that.
Banana peel.
What's the CD?
What are you listening to?
Einstein, we're asking you a question. Did you hear what we asked?
I don't know how to fix LPs.
Didn't you tell me banana peel? Was it you?
I think that's for CDs.
Only CDs? We have to look up how to fix them.
Yeah, because I'll just when I get them out of storage, I will bring some of them in and let you see them. I have a record player.
They have to be documented. They have to be.
So you're cleaning out your storage unit?
That's my big goal. Is that I've had this storage unit for years, and I'm just trying to get everything emptied out of there, and that's one less expense.
I'm gonna tell you,
True.
there's a guy that I took the television that I was gonna bring here. It's unfixable. But this guy, he's on Hillsborough West, right? So at his storage unit, he has to call you in because it has the gate. So he hits something and it opens the gate. You go in, you drive in, and in his storage unit is his store, like they do here. These guys here, and there's a store. And he has LPs. He has everything going in there. So he told me he got rid of his record records, and he's looking for more.
Looking
so maybe
for more records.
So maybe I give you his number.
Yeah.
Maybe you could sell some to him.
Maybe, but like I said, these aren't mint condition stuff.
Neither were his.
No?
Neither were his. What they do is they put them in frames.
Oh yeah.
And
well,
they put
if
the artist.
you like the album covers, I have all the album covers. Now those things are probably worth something.
That's what I'm saying.
But
that's the way they're doing it. That they put them in. Do you remember? There was a show where there was a guy who played. He delivered the mail. Was it Seinfeld? No, it wasn't Seinfeld. Cheers. Remember the guy who used to? No, not Norm. The other guy.
No,
He used to deliver the mail.
The other guy.
So Corpy is funny. Somebody for his birthday gave him his 2 socks, which was signed by him, the picture of him, and a piece of mail, the first mail that was delivered on set, with a plate explaining it. And it was like $2,000, this thing. And it's big. It's bigger than that. It's big. And this is what they do with these throwbacks and things. You don't know. You don't know what you got.
Retro, right? There we go. It's,
I think we should do I think we should do like a throwback. Maybe we do that on Fridays, like a throwback Friday show.
We should invite
Friday nights or something.
We should invite the Antique Roadshow here, and have everybody bring out your antiques and have them come in, and they have these experts. They look at it.
They can look at it and tell if it's valuable or not.
Yeah, you have to send it in a week so they can do their homework, and then they'll tell you, okay, come in or not come in. It's really a simple process.
Like Monstars?
No. Roadside.
Yes.
Antiques Roadside, not Pawn Stars.
But they have same type of thing.
The same concept.
Yeah, but this Roadside, they come all over they go all over the country. Pawn Star, you have to go to Vegas.
So I think it'll be interesting. I also want to get like a coin collector in, because how many coins? I've got silver dollars and the Susan B. Anthony coins. And what do you do with them? Are they worth something? Are they not?
You got to look them up.
I've got stamps. I've got old coins. I've got a lot of.
You got to look them up. You got to do the homework. Yeah. Linda gives me 10 coins. I spent hours looking on the internet.
Who has that time to do that?
I made time. Because one of the coins is worth $50,000.
Yeah, but is it really?
It is. You just got to find the thing with the bow. So I said, give it to me.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at a magnifying glass. Is that a bow? Okay.
It's like Beanie Babies. Like the Princess Diana one, the purple one with the rose,
yeah.
right?
Good luck with that.
Is it really worth what it says?
You got to find somebody who's willing to pay the price.
Oh, you've got to see the ones that have the right inside for the right tag and all these things. So you've got them all.
You have to look. You have to do the work. Listen, an archaeologist, right? Is that a thing? Archaeologist? Yeah. Okay, you go to school for all this, right? They send you to the desert, and they say, we think, according to sonar, that there's a mummy down there. You find it, you make money. 14 years later, now you're getting the money from grants and schools and everything once you keep digging. And you're digging an inch a month. An inch a month. And you got to be very careful that you don't break whatever you find, right? Yeah. Same difference. You just got to do the work with the coins and the stamps. And it's a job.
I found I got like, remember Furbies?
Yes.
I've got like about 12 Furbies, right? But I found out I don't have the boxes for them.
Yep. They're no
good. Why do you have 12 Furbies, though? Is really the question. Why do you have 12 Furbies?
My
you don't
kids
have to answer that.
Furbies, and I kind of liked them, and then they would talk to each other. That was
they
the
talk
weird thing.
all the time.
Yeah, and they were annoying. But, they would talk, they'd do this thing, and they'd all line up, and my kids loved them, and so I just,
So you still have your kids' stuff?
Oh, I've got a bunch of, toys.
You could open up a toy store. What was the number one toy store back in the day?
Toys R Us.
And what happened to them? They're making a comeback. Did you see this?
Yeah.
Toys R Us are opening up in Macy's.
They're in Macy's, yeah.
But a certain number.
Toys R Us is coming back?
Only a certain number. Like 5 or 6 of them across the country.
Yeah, they've got like a floor in Macy's or.
Wow.
It's because they're so expensive. Target and Walmart and all these other stores. Now they've got hacks. I know we got to wrap this up, but I was thinking of you, Grace. Someone has a reel on Walmart dish hacks that look just like Pottery Barn. And if you go through the Pottery Barn catalog, you go to Walmart, they've got the plates, the cups, the blankets, the throws.
Walmart is cheap.
That's what I'm saying. And it's got the same look as Pottery Barn, but for $4 a glass versus like $15 a bowl type of thing.
Yeah, Walmart is cheap. Target is, what you
But everyone now
Gio's wife works
has
there.
like real hacks. I saw a funny hack. I got to show you. I think I sent it to you. I'm like, we could do it to you.
Do what?
Oh, I saw that. I didn't watch it yet, but I saw it.
And we're
All right,
back
you ready to wrap this up?
No.
We got to wrap it up. More to come midday. Is JC coming in?
Supposedly.
All right, events.amp2.tv. Get your tickets for the J.C. Dreesen concert, which is May 14th, 7:30 at the Movies of Delray. More to come on that. Special pricing at $18 and VIP $23.
And all my friends that wrote to me yesterday, I'm going to be there. You got to buy the ticket. Don't tell me I'm going to be there. Buy the ticket, then I know you're there, and then I can make arrangements for you. So come on down.
We'll see you later. Have a great morning.
Don't be late. Thank you for listening to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. My mug is empty, and you know what that means.
I think it means it's time for a coffee refill.
As we prepare for other shows here at the Amp Media Production Studios.
Tune in for more fun and laughs at 12 o'clock for our afternoon show.
And remember to like, follow, and subscribe on our page.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe and be kind to each other.
And don't be late.